And hey guys, and today I'm gonna finally teach you how to play traditional grip. So let's start. The first thing you need to notice is that my right hand is still in match grip. The only thing that switches is your left hand. And you used to hold the stick like this normally, but now you're gonna hold the stick like this. It's very different, of course, from match grip. So from this side it looks like this, the other side it looks like this. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your stick, you're gonna do this with your palm. You put your stick in between your thumb and your index finger right here, and you kind of hold it. Then what you do is you put your ring finger below your stick, your middle finger on top, and your index finger on top, like this, which makes you in traditional grip. And what you have to hold, like what your stick has to rest on, is your ring finger basically, and this thing where the nail is, and like basically there's a small little spacing in your bone where you can place the stick perfectly and nothing. Alright, so on your match grip, this right here, your thumb and your index finger, is your fulcrum, and your fulcrum is basically whatever does this. It's like a seesaw, basically. Whatever holds it in place and has the balance on both sides, and you know, it's the main part of the hitting. So you can literally use only the fulcrum to hit your drum without any other fingers. But these fingers are just supporting and helping. So you can push with your fingers and all that stuff. However, we're talking about traditional grip, and in traditional grip, the fulcrum is your thumb and your index finger, like this. It's between your thumb and kind of your palm where the index finger is. And yeah, so that's the fulcrum. You can hit without any fingers attached to your stick. So you're gonna hit with your fulcrum. And that brings us to our first exercise of the traditional grip and how to make it better. So you grab it like this. You grab your stick like this. And so what you have to do is you just have to do this kind of motion. Just rotation of your wrist. Just rotation of your wrist, and you just keep doing it. And you have to try to find your balance. You gotta make sure your stick is not like going places, and you gotta make sure it's in one place, nicely balanced, and you're actually getting notes out of your drum. So rotating motion like this. Alright, so as you can see, I changed the angles because you need to see what I'm doing. So this is what you do. Yeah, so wrist movements like this. Make sure your stick is not wobbling or anything, and you just do this. And when you hit, you don't just leave it there and then you bring it up. You have to kind of, right when you hit, you gotta let it bounce off and make sure your hand bounces off with it. So basically you're following what the stick is doing. So you hit it, automatically the stick is gonna bounce off, so your wrist should automatically bounce off too, and then you just keep hitting it, and there's gonna be a forever infinite loop of yeah. Alright, so now the second exercise that you need to do, I mean, you gotta get faster at it, like you gotta be able to do this. Not move your wrist anymore. You can move it a little bit, but not a lot. What you have to do is you have to move your thumb, and with your thumb you make sounds, which basically makes your fulcrum better. This, as I told you, is the fulcrum for match grip. This is the fulcrum for your traditional grip. So that's to get your fulcrum more skilled and powerful and all that stuff. So that was the first exercise was for your wrist. This one is for your fulcrum. So you just gotta do it. You can rotate your wrist a little bit, but make sure it's little movements. Make sure you're putting a lot of effort into your fulcrum and your thumb. So let's do it. On the bottom, your middle finger on the top, and your index finger on the top as well. However, I forgot to tell you, there's two types of traditional grip. So you gotta figure out which one's best for you. So there's open traditional grip, which is basically how I hold it. It's, you know, this is how it looks. Your fingers are kind of not like as stretched out as they can be, but they're pretty stretched out, except for the index finger. It's kind of bent on top. But as you can see, there's a lot of space in here. And there's closed traditional grip, which is like this. You make your fingers go inside more, and now it's more compact. I don't use this, but a lot of people use it, and you should try it out. Maybe you're going to be more comfortable with this. So basically, open traditional grip, closed traditional grip. And with closed, basically you're going to do the same thing. Rotate your wrist, use your fulcrum, but your fingers are going to be a lot more tight and a lot more compact together. So once you figured out which type is better for you, the open grip or the open traditional or the closed traditional, you can go into the next exercise, which I'm about to tell you. So I chose open grip. And now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the rotation hits with our fulcrum at the same time. No, basically you just hit drum with your fulcrum like this. Look, but like this. So what you do is you open. So you're closed. Then boom, you open it up when you go up, and then when you hit. Boom, and you close your fingers again. If you're in closed traditional grip, you can do this. Open. That's when you're getting hard strokes. But if you're doing ghost notes or just little quiet notes, you're gonna do this. You're gonna hit, however, the ring finger will stop it from hitting too hard, and the index finger will stop it from bouncing too high. So it will be perfect. So now what you're gonna do, you're gonna hit your drum, but with your fingers on top. But with your fingers, you know how they're supposed to be. And that's gonna make you more comfortable playing. And it is a very weird exercise, I will tell you that. And I didn't practice it that much, I will tell you that, because it's weird. But it does help you because it makes your index finger and your middle finger get more control over the stick, and it makes you a lot faster in traditional grip. So what you do, you twist your wrist around like this. So now your palm is going to be facing downward, and you're basically gonna bounce your stick with your middle finger. So you hit, when it bounces off, you push with your middle finger, which it looks like this. I can't even do it. Yeah, I didn't even practice this. I didn't practice this. There you go. So, the only thing you're using is a little bit of your fulcrum and your middle finger. Then you're going to switch to your index finger, and you're going to do it with the index finger. Switching, you know, you're gonna do one bar of index finger, then middle finger, and then you're gonna keep repeating it. Sorry guys, I didn't even practice this, but you should, because it makes you a lot better. Alright, so you got everything, all that stuff. You have to play rudiments with traditional grip now. So you play singles, you know, it's easy. That's too easy for you. Then you're gonna play doubles, and with doubles it gets a little bit more tricky. You gotta do it, you gotta hit, but then you gotta let it go again. So when you hit, and you hit once basically, then when you're raising the stick, as you're raising the stick, you're gonna use your index finger and your middle finger and your fulcrum, of course, to hit again as you're raising. So it's gonna be like this. So yeah, now you're gonna go into triplets. So how you do that? You hit, as you raise, you hit again, like in doubles, but then you hit again. So basically, as you raise, you're hitting twice. And you will have to do a little bit of a twisting motion, like which goes in this direction, kind of. It's gonna go like this a little bit. That's gonna make you a lot comfortable. So yeah. Alright, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna do paradiddles, which it will be easy for you because you did the doubles, now you know the technique, so it will be easy for you. I have to teach you. I'm sorry for these noises, man. I'm crazy. I'm stupid, and you know I don't know, man. Bad noises. All right. So for the technique of your hitting with traditional grip, I made a video of how to hit in mashed grip, and it's called stick technique, drum technique. And what I said there is basically you have to lift your shoulder, but you don't really lift it because there's a rule in drumming that you cannot lift your shoulder. You kind of make it easier with the shoulder for the elbow to go up, then this part of your arm goes up, the wrist is still relaxed, you raise, then your wrist goes up, and then your elbow goes kind of outside. Then you're gonna hit. So it's kind of this motion. It's kind of like a nice, beautiful a wave kind of motion, a kind of waving motion, and that's how you get more powerful shots and more good sounding shots. With doubles, you remember what I said to you when you hit and then as you raise you hit again? Same thing here. As you raise, you hit again. But we're talking about traditional grip, so let's go. So the same thing you do here. You raise your elbow, then you raise your whole arm like this. You raise this part, then boom, but in traditional grip, you're not gonna do this like in match grip. You're gonna rotate your wrist kind of. Instead of raising it, you're gonna kind of rotate it, and then you're doing the motion, and then your palm is gonna be in this direction, in this kind of in this place basically, and then that is gonna give you room to rotate your wrist and hit the drum. So again, select the beautiful waving motion. Raise your whole arm, then rotate your wrist, then boom, you get down, then you rotate your wrist again. As you can see, I'm getting very powerful and good shots. Alright, then the doubles, again, boom, you hit. As you're raising, you hit again. Triples, you're rotating your wrist as you're hitting. And you're helping the balance of your stick with your index and middle finger. So when it bounces, you basically, remember that exercise? That's what you're doing, but in this position. Look at my middle finger. It's what keeping the stick with good balance. That comes with practice, and same thing with your index finger. So, you've got the basics. Whatever you have to do is just play beats, man. You just gotta use your skills and actually play music with your traditional grip. So, I'm gonna play you, what should I play you, huh? You know, traditional grip is mainly used for jazz, so I'm just gonna play you some jazz. Onto your snare drum in traditional grip, and then you hit with the other stick you hit with your other stick into this stick, and it kind of makes a snare sound with a stick click, but it's a louder stick click. You can see it's a lot louder. So yeah, that's used for only with traditional grip. You can't really do that with your mashed. Oh, never mind, you can do that with your mash. Yeah, you can do that with your In my opinion, it is a lot easier to move around your drums with traditional grip because you don't even have to move your wrist that much, like this, and you know, your fingers. The only thing you have to do is basically just you move your fingers kind of like this, and your wrist, of course, and basically you do this. It is a lot easier. So instead of getting your hand up, instead of playing your snare and playing the tom, and you know, getting your hand up and then hitting it. You can just be on one position. By just moving your wrist and your fingers. Whoa, what? What? Did you guys see that? Alright. So yeah. It is a lot easier to get around the drums with traditional grip. And in my opinion, it is a lot more beautiful movements with your traditional grip. So if somebody's watching you play and you're playing traditional grip, they're gonna be like, whoa, that's some beautiful shit he's doing. Like, he's gonna be like, whoa, that's some beautiful, whoa, whoa. Like, look at this, look at this. And he's doing all this cool movements, like, wow. Or she, doesn't matter. Alright, so that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, slap like, DM me on my Instagram, and follow me on Instagram, of course. Like, duh. Okay, so DM me on my Instagram if you want individual online drum lessons. And this is what I'm going to tell you about individual online drum lessons. If you're watching videos, it's going to be a lot slower to learn than individual drum learning. So, of course, you're watching videos. I watched videos too. It makes me learn a lot of things. But if you're taking individual drum lessons, for example, from me, you're gonna learn like twice faster, like double the speed, my dude. Double the speed, imagine. And when coronavirus ends, of course, hopefully it ends, but when coronavirus ends, I'm gonna be doing like in real life lessons, not online lessons. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment down below some video suggestions, and I hope you have a good day, a good rest of your life. Keep watching my videos because they're gonna help you a lot in drumming, like a lot. Like, I'm gonna be making a new video on how to play Brazilian music, how to play what's it called, Latin music. Also, I'm gonna be making videos on how to get fast around the drums, how to get fast, really, how to play the hi-hat well, how to play the ride, like so many. Even I'm gonna be doing some like top 5 tips for drummers or something, like gifts for drummers, life hacks for drummers, like R. David R. stuff. So yeah, bye, thanks for watching, and subscribe.